Okay, we're back, and please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon to all of you. We'll start right away with a report out of our closed session.
Thank you,
Sure.
President Estromera. No reportable action.
All right, this is the time for public comment. Those folks that would like to address us on any issue not on the agenda are welcome to address us. I have no requests yet at this time for public comment. We've also not received any written public comments. So if there be none, then we'll move right along to the first item on the agenda, approval of the minutes.
I make a motion to approve both the January 17th, 2018 regular board meeting and the January 31st, 2018 adjourned board meeting minutes.
Great, we'll take both. Is there a second?
I wasn't at the meeting, but I'd be happy to make a second if that's appropriate.
Thank you. All right, motion and second. Those for motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Abstentions? Okay, we'll move right along. Nothing on the consent calendar today. Discussion items. Consider passing a resolution authorizing award of professional services contract to Parsons Transportation Group Incorporated.
So you have a presentation in your pack I'd like to go through with you. So as an authority, we're going to require the services of a qualified firm for an array of program management support services, and it's in part achieving our goal of centralizing as many of the programmatic functions as we can. There was a request for qualifications that was submitted. The request for qualifications asked for information on services such as building and implementing a project management information system, developing policies and procedures, cost and schedule controls, program reporting, document management, general project program admin, risk management, and value engineering. There were two responsive statement of qualifications that were received in November of last year. Both firms were interviewed in January of this year. There were 50 points in the scoring out of a total of 1,000 dedicated to SBE, DVBE utilization. Neither consultant qualified for these points. It was a total of 1,000 point score in 5 separate categories, and the recommendation is to award to Parsons Transportation Group. I propose to structure the contract in an initial 5-year period with the ability to renew in 5-year increments. The first increment would extend from today through fiscal year 2023 approximately, or 2024, apologies. Total estimate for the contract is $40 million. It includes $36 million plus a $4 million contingency over that 5-year period. The contract will be managed via the issuance of task orders consistent with the board adopted budgets. So this is authorization to negotiate a contract. Task orders with specific dollar values will be forthcoming. And
Thank
open
you,
to
Captain.
questions.
Questions? Yes.
On the 5-year renewals, do you think that's necessary to go in 5-year increments after the first 5? Or what's the reason for having such a long renewal period? Instead of maybe a 3 or a 2 or something, because as we get further along, I'm just wondering if you'll need that much time.
I think the current program is approximately 15 years, so it allows a firm to make an investment to dedicate the staff for the program, get set up and built up, and demonstrate their performance. And which I think is a significant investment. A 5-year contract ensures that they're going to dedicate the best that they have and really invest in making sure that we have a great product and great people. There's a lot of tools development. There's a lot of need to bring in highly specialized people to the program. And then, because once you are steeped in the program and you understand the workings of it, it's not something that's easily relearned. So there's a limited number of times that I would want to switch out a program manager because they are working across all aspects of the program delivery. So I thought in a 15-year program, 3 5-year increments would be appropriate.
And then the last one, even though it would have to start at 5, if we only needed them for 1, we would just use
Sure,
them for 1?
absolutely,
Okay.
that's right.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Okay, those folks, motion and second, those for motion say aye.
Aye.
Those say no. Abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Thank you, Catherine. At this time, we're on to the next session is the Executive Director's report. I just wanted to take a second to welcome you, Catherine. It's your
Thank you.
first public meeting with us. We certainly have been looking forward to having you, and we're glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And so we'll listen to your report. We do have it. Any comments you might have, we'll see if there's
Well,
any
I
questions.
did want to take this opportunity just to
Absolutely.
introduce myself to you and, put a stake in my
Yes.
first meeting here. So first and foremost, I want to say how excited I am for the opportunity to serve this board, the participating water contractors, and the DWR to deliver this long-awaited final piece of the state water project, which has been envisioned since the 1960s when this project first began. As you're all well aware, this program is of enormous consequence and in one way or another will impact the lives of every citizen of California, whether they are a water ratepayer, a Delta resident, or a business owner that relies on the economic well-being of this state. So I thank you for entrusting me, and I'm confident that the team that will soon be assembled will deliver the Delta Conveyance Program in a manner that reflects all of your goals and vision. As a brief introduction, I am a California licensed engineer, and I've spent my entire career designing and building infrastructure projects, including management of the $14 billion New York City Water and Wastewater Capital Program. I was also heavily involved in the city's response to Hurricane Sandy, including overseeing repairs to 3 of the city's flooded wastewater treatment plants and over 36 major sewer lift stations in the city. I then went on to run the Emergency Housing Recovery Program, making critical repairs to help over 50,000 New Yorkers get back into their homes after one of the worst natural disasters in our nation's history. I've been accountable for delivery of a number of major capital projects of significant size, complexity, and consequence, and have spent many an hour in community meetings listening and responding to people's concerns. I have a reputation of gaining the respect of people and organizations I engage with, not always because we agree, but because I make myself accessible and I strive for integrity and transparency in all of my interactions. And for me, that will be the measure of success of this authority, that we gain the respect of the large number of public and regulatory agencies, elected officials, community and business organizations, and general members of the public that we will be engaging with in the upcoming years to complete the Delta Conveyance Program. So thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. That's exactly why we asked you to come.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So you have my report, and
Yes.
if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Any questions?
No, it looks very straightforward.
Looks great. It looks great that we're coordinating with the department and all the folks there with the administration and that you're keeping up and trying to catch up and moving along with getting everything going. I know that most of us are pretty nervous about what's to come. There's some questions that we all have that have not yet been answered and that you're working on getting some of those answers for us. So thank you. Appreciate it. We'll move right along then to the General Counsel's report.
Thank you. My report is in the packet. The one item I wanted to highlight was the FPPC approval of our Conflict of Interest Code. So as a reminder, that was one of the requirements for us as a new agency because we're multi-county and went to the FPPC for approval. I'm happy to report that we received that approval and have already completed having senior staff who file under the Conflict of Interest Code file their Form 700s. And I want to thank Claudia for all of her hard work on that process.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
Just good at reminding me to get them in.
Thank you, Joshua. Any questions? Great, thank you for your report. June, Treasurer's report?
Thank you, President Estremera. You have the report
Yes.
for the Treasurer's Office for March of 2019. The only thing I want to add to that is subsequent to March 31st, on April 2nd, we did receive payment from the State Controller's Office for invoice number 6, and that did occur within the 45-day period that we've established so that we can timely pay vendors. So that did happen, and that's all I have, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Great, well, that's good news. Timely payments and
Yes.
received is
Yep.
always good news. Any questions?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you, June.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move right along then to any verbal reports. Then we'll go to future agenda items. Any requests for future agenda items? I thought we might agendize for our next meeting a discussion on our formation of our Environmental Advisory Committee. And we won't necessarily have to take action. We can put it out as an action item, but let's discuss it and figure out how we want to do it and appointments, what the process would be, how many members, and so on. So I think we have that on next at the next meeting. We can fully discuss it. If we want to make conclusions there, make some decisions, and we can do that, or we can continue it for further discussion. The public, I know, will be here to help us with the discussion, so we'll put it on to see how it goes. Anything you wanted to add, Catherine, for the next meeting right now? Okay,
Not at this
but
time.
things will come up, and we may put something else on. Okay, then, if there's nothing further, as I mentioned, there's no request for public address, so at this point, then, we're adjourning to our next month's meeting. Thank you. Great.